everyone. I hope that you can hear me. My name is Anna um, from the Anna MeAF YouTube video. I'm probably going to start a blog on Tumblr soon because I feel like when I tell stories or talk about mental health, it works better for me to keep my focus that way. However, um, I'm here to tell a funny story. First, part of my joy of my life, today I saw Bombshell. That movie is fantastic. It is It is so well done. Um, just props to everyone. Great job. That is very helpful. My mom and I then were able to have a great, long, in-depth conversation about the mental health problems and the PTSD that happens after victim blaming and after sexual harassment, and just we were able to talk as women about the struggles of it all. Um, Sorry, one sec. Tidbit, stop trying to go back there. Thank you. Um, but yes, so um, I was encouraged recently to tell a funny story about my life. So I'm just gonna make sure I have funny stories put in with what my main page is talking about mental health, but sometimes you need something funny, something light when talking about mental health issues or talking about your own struggles, which is mainly what my channel is about, is just telling people, hey, you're not alone. Um, but funny story. So I'm gonna tell you about how when I was, I think it was like 9 or 10, and I have an older brother and an older sister to give you some context, and then both my parents. We had one family friend that was around my sister's age, I think around 16 or 17 at the time. We all go on vacation to Colorado, right? Um, and we rent this cabin for the time that we're there. And so basically, I'll see if I can put in like a little thing, a little map or something that helps you process what I'm saying. But we have our cabin here, and then like this little rock formation area over here, and then like a bridge going up, and then like the neighbor's rental cabin of whoever was renting there. So we're all super excited. We're like, oh my goodness, we're gonna go to Pikes Peak, all these different things. But of course, mom and dad are like, yes, but we just drove so many hours. Um, we want to just breathe for a little bit and be away from the children because there was four of you and we're tired of you. So we just went out and we're like, cool, we'll go climb on the rocks. Like, we'll go check out this rock formation area. And it wasn't like a fancy one where it's like known to the public or special. It was just like rock on top of rocks. Just, Colorado. Just, you got to go climb the rocks. If you're a kid, you got to get it out of you. It's in your system. So we go to climb these rocks, right? And we're just chilling. And I don't know how many times I'm going to say the phrase climbing the rocks, but that's literally what we were doing, and just exploring and having fun. Um, and I think it had been like 45 minutes to an hour into it. And at one point, while we were just walking around, we saw like a smushed orange. And we were all like, that's weird. Maybe there was just a random animal that decided to just smush an orange. We didn't quite know how to process it. We were just like, okay, cool, whatever. Moving on. Gonna go climb rocks again. Um, but then at one point, I think it was like an hour or so into it, you hear this bing noise. And then next thing I know, I feel wind pass my face that wasn't there before. And we hear this whoosh, and I turn and look. And there is a freaking smushed tomato on the side. Not like it fell from some, like on the side, smushed into a rock. That was just like literally, it was like that far away from hitting my head. And it went flying back and hit. And we hear this like, these noises of like, shh, like noises. And we're like, what the heck? And my sister, who's, like I said, I think like 15 or 16 at the time, just goes, ah! Like kind of, I don't know why it was her instinct, but she was like, maybe if we make a noise, then they won't do it again. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. But this tomato almost hit my sister and it could have given her a concussion. I don't know. Like, that was crazy. And we look over and we see that like we go back down a ways on the rocks and then look over and we see that like I don't it's so bizarre that saying it makes me sound like I'm insane. So I'm just gonna say it, and you guys are just gonna have to bear with me and either believe it or not. But I'm telling you, this happened. Um, literally, I can't. I kid you not. These people had fruit with them, right? There was like two college guys or whatever. They had fruit with them, and they had one of those like t-shirt catapult things, like those t-shirt like gun things or whatever, where you stick something in and then it shoots it out, but like big enough that they could put fruit in it. And they were literally just like catapulting fruit at us. Like I like yes, college is a weird time, but what? What? It's insanity. So my sister freaks out. She's like, "Oh my gosh, they're catapulting fruit at us. What the heck?" And my brother, I think, is like 14 or 13 at the time, and so then they both go. Like my sister's just livid. She's like, "You almost hit my younger sister." I'm extremely confused as to what's happening. I'm like 10, and I'm like, "Who shoots fruit? What? I don't get it." So my sister and brother are like, "Oh my goodness, we're gonna go down and we're gonna go over there and we're gonna tell them they need to stop this because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. What is wrong with them? We need to talk to them." So it's like, okay, cool, you guys are gonna go talk to them. And this family friend of ours that's like 16, we've known him for forever. He and I go walking back to like the rental cabin where my parents are. And my sister and brother go the other way. That way they can go confront these idiots. And they weren't doing like a full on confrontation as much as they went up and were like, "Hey, you almost hit my sister in the face with your freaking, like, catapulting fruit. Like, you need to not do this. I don't know where your sense went, but it needs to stop because we're not on vacation so that my sister can get a concussion or possibly pass out or die from getting hit in the face by fruit. Stupids." And shout out to whoever you guys are. Yes, this was a great, like, I'm sure you'll never find this video, but if you do, this is a great story to tell family-wise, but I really hope you realize how, like, dumb this was and to never do it again. But, shout out. Thanks for the story. Um, yeah, it was crazy. So, like, family friend and I, right, go head back to the cabin. We get there. By this time, apparently, one of the college guys, like, my sister and brother are already back. One of the college guys had come over and talked to my dad and said, like, "Hey, so," like, knocked on the door. My dad answers and he's like, "Hey, we're renting the one cabin over or whatever. Um, but I just wanted to explain the reason why we were catapulting fruit at your children." This is the face my dad makes. "You were what? The reason you were, huh? Wait, can you, huh?" And he was just like, "Yeah. The reason that we were doing that, um, is because your kids were throwing big rocks and kicking rocks, um, and throwing them at our cabin." Okay, time out. There's a couple things wrong with this. First of all, trajectory-wise, physics, again, our cabin is here. Rock formation's up here, right? We're just playing over here, like right next to the freaking cabin we're renting. And there's a bridge that goes up. Like there's a freaking bridge that like, yeah, there's a little bit of a hill and they didn't want to make it hard for like the renters to struggle with. So there's a bridge. And you can cross in order to get to their freaking cabin. So apparently on the rock formation over here, and like the bridge is long. Okay, it's not like it's a mile or a half a mile, but it's long. Like, how the flip are we? We don't have a catapult machine. What are we, Wile E. Coyote? Like, how am I at age 10, my brother at age 13 or 14, and then these two family, like the family friend of my sister at 16, we're picking up rocks and throwing them that far to your, we didn't even cross the bridge. What are you talking about? You guys crossed the bridge to catapult fruit at us. So, long story, a little bit shorter. Basically, my dad was just like, "No, no, no, no. Um, try again No. If I find out, like, that was the dumbest thing you could have done, why didn't you just come talk to me about my kids' behavior if this was even possible? And also, like, um, I'm going to report this to the renters because this is ridiculous. Don't do this again. And I better not hear about you guys doing something to my kids again because this is so dumb. I can't. Um, so yeah, after that, it didn't happen again, and our whole family talked about how bizarre it was the entire vacation, and we still talk about it to this day. I think it was back in like 2008 or 2009 that this happened. So, insanity. But yeah, there's a family story. There's a little funny light story that you can be like, what? It truly happened. And yes, the lighting is weird. Um, I'm doing it on my laptop, that way my face isn't like this again. But definitely like my phone camera better. So we're gonna try to just figure out what's going on. But I hope you were able to hear me because sometimes the volume doesn't work on this thing. And I apologize that my story is so long. I'm gonna try to make them shorter. But yeah, this is a weird story, guys. Feel free to comment your confusion or humor or whatever. But anyways, I will talk to you later. Bye.